Good morning, children. Good morning to all of you. My voice is audible to all of you. Yes, anyone? Give me the reply. My voice is audible. Yes, okay. A very good morning to all of you. In the previous class, we have discussed what is computer and what are the characteristics of the computer. Then what are the uses of the computer. Okay, these all three topics we have discussed. In continuation with that, today we are going to discuss the another new topic is input, process and output. That is IPO cycle. Input, process, output. Okay. So cycle. This IPO cycle is called the processing of the computer. Okay. So we know what is computer, and then what are the characteristics are having the computer, and then what are the parts are connected to the computer. This all we discussed. Now we are going to see how the computer is working. Input, process, and then it produces the output. Okay. So this part today we are going to discuss. Before going to the computer, now we will discuss the general how a machine is working. How a machine is working. For example, input, process, output, IPO cycle of any of the machine. Okay, any of the machine. For example, your mother is preparing a rice with cooker. Okay, now see here the picture. You can see your mother is putting the rice into the cooker, rice cooker. Then the rice is data we are giving to the computer as a input. Okay, then after that also along with the rice we are going to mix the water also. Then we are closing the cooker and we are switching on the power supply. So it is a electric cooker. You can see the wire is connected to it. In the electric cooker, after some time, maybe we have set the time 15 minutes or 20 minutes or 10 minutes. So after that time, the rice will be cooked, and then the output is after the set time 20 minutes or 10 minutes, the cooked rice you can take out. So in this machine, that means that rice cooker. Okay, now the input is the rice we are putting into the cooker, and then with the help of the electric power, that is cooking, the rice is cooking in a specified given time, 10 minutes or 5 minutes, the whatever time you are setting, within that time it is cooking. That is cooking is called the processing. After processing, your rice is now ready to eat. So now the cooked rice is called the output. Okay. So for any of the machine, we are giving some input. The machine will accept the input. Okay. Then process that output. Then after processing, it will produce the output. So this is the simple function of a machine. Here the machine is called the cooker we have taken for example. Okay. So this is the input, process and output. Input is rice, and then cooking, and that 5 minutes, 10 minutes, that duration is called the processing time. After that your rice is ready to eat. That is the output. Okay. Clear, children? So now this is the IPO cycle of a particular machine. Okay. Now on the same way we'll see the another example. you can see this. Okay, to prepare a pizza or you can eat the pizza, any one task you can take out. Okay, so in this example, okay, the input here in the picture it shows we are preparing a pizza. Okay, for that the now input is for preparing the pizza, what are the requirement. Okay, here we have taken the atta, okay, flour we have taken, that cooking flour we have taken, then all the vegetables and then all the masalas required we have collected. All these called the ingredients. All the ingredients are called the input. Then after collecting all the inputs, then we are arranging all the inputs in a form, in the pizza plate or in a bowl. Then that is kept inside the micro oven. Okay, so here under the oven it is to be kept for the specified time, means 10 minutes or 15 minutes the duration you have to set the machine. Okay, then it takes that many minutes for cooking that food. Okay, this is called the processing. Okay, after processing, now after 10 to 15 minutes, then you can take out your bowl or plate. Okay, so now the pizza is ready to eat. Pizza is ready to eat. Now here also again you can see the life cycle. Okay, the IPO cycle procedure. Input is either direct we can give the pizza, then you can eat the pizza, that is the process. Then you can produce the output as a pizza, eaten pizza is ready to eat. Okay, so this is the process. Okay, so this is another example for the IPO cycle with the help of the machine oven, micro oven. Okay, then one more example you can see here. Okay, in this picture you can see to make the clay model. Okay, what the child is doing. Okay, the first the child for making the to making the whatever design you want to make, either you want to make an animal or bird or a flower. For that you need the clay, different types of clay. Okay, so here we are giving clay as a input. Okay, then the child playing or making the clay, the making the type of picture, maybe animal or bird or flower, some of the specific picture is going to make. Okay, after that making that particular picture or image, that making that particular image is called the process. After processing, the child can show to the teacher or parent, so whatever he has made. Okay, so that is the output. Okay, so in these three different example you may be seen the processing, how the processing is happening in the machine. Okay, in the first example we have seen the rice cooking procedure, and the second example we have seen the pizza preparation. Okay, and then third example for clay claim on the toys, different types of toys or images made by the child. Okay, so these three are the different example we have shown for the input, process, output. Okay, clear children? Yes. Now I think in any of the machine, for all types of machine, this is the procedure. Kushagar Singh, why you are writing this many times? What you are writing? Yes, I am going to tell you. Why this many times you have written your name? Okay. So this is how the normal machine is working. Now the same steps we will compare with the computer. Okay. Now if you take the computer will accept the input. Okay, computer will accept the input. Okay, and then after accepting, how it is accepting, it will accept the input with the help of the input devices. What are the input devices? What are the input devices, children? Anybody know what are the input devices? Yes, we can give the input with the help of the keyboard or mouse. Okay, these two are the popular or famous input devices, keyboard or mouse. Okay, so with the help of these, we can give the input to the computer. Then after reading the input, okay, then inside the CPU, it will process. It will process, then it will produce the output. Okay, it will produce the output, or you can save the processed value on the computer itself. Okay, for example, you can write your name. Okay, so how you will write? To write your name on the computer, what you will use? You will use the keyboard to write your name. There you will write, either you can write it with a paint or word in somewhere. Some of the application you will use, there you will write your name. Okay, then from the keyboard, whatever letters or numbers you are typing, that will be displayed on the computer screen. Yes, now the input is letters what you are typing or numbers what you are typing. Then it is showing, displaying on the screen. That is called the output. Okay, so in between, from the keyboard to mouse, how it is displaying. So this is the process. This is the process that from the keyboard, whatever the letter or number you are typing, okay, that will be transmitted to the from the input unit to CPU. Inside the CPU, that will be converted into a binary numbers. Then from the computer CPU only, it will produce the output. Yes. So again, computer also following the IPO cycle, input, process and output cycle. Okay. Now you can see this image, you can see this picture. Yes. Now in this picture you can see now input. Input we can provide with the help of the input devices. Okay. Already I told you the keyboard and mouse. Keyboard is a input, one of the most popular input device, and mouse also a one of the most popular pointing device. And then mic we are also using. Okay, for example, mic, you can see whatever I am talking, that is converted, you are receiving. Okay, that with the help of the microphone, what I am using for whatever I am speaking, that will be converted into your microphone. So this is called the microphone. Through this, the voice is transmitted and you are receiving the voice. Okay, and then same way camera. Camera, you are watching the videos in your mobile or in your laptop or in your computer. It is also a input device. It captures the image. Okay, it captures the image and it is giving to you. Okay, so whatever the opposite it is showing, that will be captured by the camera or the mic, that will be transmitted to the output. Okay. So now in this picture, according to this picture, you can give the input to the computer with the help of the keyboard, mouse, camera and mic. Okay, using any one of these device, okay, you can give the input. So whatever the input you are giving, that will be processed under the CPU. CPU is called the central processing unit. The full form for the CPU is central processing. CPU is called central processing unit. Okay. Also it is called a brain of the computer. Also it is called a brain of the computer. Okay. So in this you can see the diagram. In this diagram you can see input. The computer will accept the input with the help of these all keyboard, mouse, camera and mic. With the help of these input devices, it sends the input to the CPU, central processing unit. Okay. Under the CPU, there are many parts are there that we are going to discuss in detail later. Okay. Now whole thing is called the CPU. All the calculations are performed under this CPU, and then if you want you can store the processed data on the CPU also. Okay. After processing, the data is displayed on the output device. Okay. So the output devices here, one of the most popular output device is called the monitor, or you can say that is the screen. Okay. And then a speaker is also a another type of output device. Then sometimes you can take out the whatever is showing on the screen, the same thing you can take out the printout also with the help of the printer. So these all are the different types of output devices. Yes, children, clear? Also, one more example for the input device. Okay, input device you can give. For example, if you go to the ATM machine, you are feeding your card and also you are giving your PIN number. Your mother, maybe you have visited the ATM bank. That time your mother or father may be giving the ATM number. So that is a input. Okay. Also the card also we are inserting. Then that is also input. Then sometime in the mobile phone or in any of the touch screen, with the help of the finger also we are touching and we are selecting. Okay, that is also touch screen also a input device. Okay, after that touch pen also, some of the devices you can use the pen like a tool. Light pen like a tool, you can write on the tab and all they may use for touch and select the data or select the file. That is also a kind of output device. And then sometimes you can scan the page with the help of the scanner. Scanner also a type of input device. It scans the data and whatever image you have scanned, that you can send it to the computer, or you can store on the pen drive or the computer in any of the location. So that later in detail we are going to discuss. Okay. Now you should be clear about the input and then process, then output. Okay. So these three parts is clear, children. You are here in the computer, with the help of the input device, you are accepting the input. Then that accepting input is called the data and information. Okay, data and then information. Here the data we are providing, okay, to the computer as a input. For example, you can consider 2, okay, and then RAM. From this, what you are understanding? Okay, what you are understanding from these two numbers? Just whether 2 is a number and a RAM. Maybe after seeing whether it is a RAM, who is RAM, okay, RAM or RAM or publication or some, maybe you may add the confusion or one more number you can take 20, okay, what is this, okay. Now this is called the data. So data you can define, it is a raw, it is a fact, it is a fact or figure, fact or figures, okay. Raw data or raw data, raw fact or figures, okay. So now the raw fact or figures, that is called a data. So for example, you can give 2 and then RAM and then 20, okay. So these all are the some of the raw data you are giving to the input data. Now this raw data will be processed. Raw data will be processed. Processing means you can write RAM roll number is 2, okay. RAM R number is 2. Then you are getting some information. Now previously 2, whether 2 is a mark or 2 is a roll number, okay. So we were having the confusion about the data. Now we have got the information, RAM roll number is 2. Again here also we have written the name RAM. Simply who is RAM? Whether RAM is a parent or a child or a some XYZ person or a RAM is a teacher. So we don't know, we are not having any of the information. Simply it is one data on one fact, one thing, okay. So now it is giving the meaning, that is RAM roll number is 2 or RAM English mark is 20, okay. RAM, otherwise RAM scored 20 marks in mathematics. Okay, so here it is giving some information. Okay, so this is called the process. It is called a process. So after the processed data is called the information. Okay, so the RAM scored 20 marks in English. Okay, now it is giving some of the meaningful information. Okay, so now that is called the information. Now the raw data or the raw fact is converted into a information. Okay, so that is the processed data. That processed data is called the output. Okay, so now the output we are getting, RAM roll number is 2 or RAM scored 20 in the mathematics or RAM age is 20, okay. Like some of the meaningful information we can provide. So that is called the output. Okay. So clear children? So now this is the process of the IPO cycle in the computer. Okay. Now I think with the help of this picture, you may be clear of the input process and the output cycle. Okay. So the computer will accept the input with the help of the input devices. Okay, and there are various input devices are available. At least simple one or two you can remember, that is the keyboard or mouse, camera or mic. These all are the some of the basic input devices. With the help of all these devices, we can give the input to the computer. Okay, then it can be processed under the CPU. Then after processing the meaningful information, okay, the meaningful information is displayed on the screen, output screen, that with the help of the output device. The output devices are, one of the most popular output device is the screen or monitor. Okay, so there we can display the result. Sometimes the speaker, now whatever the voice, whatever I am speaking, that you are able to receive. So I am giving my voice as input, and again my voice you are receiving in the other side. That is called the output. Okay, now the my voice is traveling through this, and then you are again receiver side you are receiving with the help of the speakers. Okay, so now the speaker also another type of output device. Then if suppose your teacher is sending any of the question paper or a model paper, okay, or any of the assignment, then those assignment copies you can take out the printout. Okay, the printout is called the hard copy of the data, hard copy. Okay, now hard copy HARD. Hard copy means whatever the printout you are taking, that is called the hard copy. Then the same detail you are storing on the computer, that is called the soft copy. The same thing you have stored on the computer is called the soft copy. Okay, so now, so this is the input output cycle, IPO cycle of the computer. Okay, clear children about this IPO cycle? Yes. Okay, now, so this is how the computer receives the input, okay, processes the data, and then finally computer will accept the raw data. Then accepted data will be processed under the CPU. Then it will be produced with the help of the output devices. So from that we can conclude that, we can say that computer is an electronic machine, okay, that takes raw data as input, then process it under the CPU. After processing, it will produce the output with the help of the output devices. Yes children, clear to all of you? Okay, so now, so this is how the computer is working. So this is the process of the IPO cycle, input process output cycle. Okay, so anybody is having any of the doubt children about this IPO cycle? No, I think nobody is having a doubt. If everything is clear, up to this we can conclude our class today. Then remaining will continue with the next class. Yes, children. Yes. Anybody else? Anybody is having any of the doubt? So finally, you can say computer is an electronic device which accept the input with the help of the input devices, then process the data with the help of the CPU or under the CPU. After processing, the processed data will be displayed on the computer monitor, that is with the help of the output devices. So this is the process. It is the process of the IPO cycle of the computer. Okay, children? Okay, thank you. Up to this will conclude. The remaining will continue in the next class. Okay, thank you.